What up and welcome to the Golden Era. We've got the conclusion to Game 3 and then a complete Game 4 recap starting right now. Let's pick this thing up. We've got 2 minutes left in Game 3. Warriors-Wolves in San Francisco. The Warriors trying to keep home court advantage after stealing it with the Game 2 win. The Wolves and Gabriel Ruffin trying to do otherwise. That cuts it to 111-109 as a big night so far for Darian Hairston. And a turnover there from Javon Roll. That kicks up to Ruffin. Ruffin's been good off the bench here for Minnesota through the first 3 quarters and change of the first 46, but he turns it over off the leg of Dixon. Dixon pushes now in transition to the rack. He goes, the foul, and we're going to get free throws for Golden State. The first one's up and good. 3-point and now a 4-point game after Dixon gets it done. Inside we go to Ogilvy. He's been unstoppable. The fadeaway, though, can't get it to go over Kingston. And the Warriors now trying to push in transition up by 4. It's Dickerson up and under to Dixon. Gets it to go, and it's a 6-point lead. That could be enough. That could be the nail. Abiz Ogilvy trying to prove otherwise. Going at Russell Kingston. Kingston giving him no room to operate, forced to kick out. Up top it goes to Malcolm Knight. 8 seconds to shoot on the shot clock. Back inside it goes, and Kingston again being forced to defend the likely MVP. Great defense from Kingston. Stays vertical, forces the miss, and the Warriors now up by 6 with 45 seconds to go. Kick out, inside, turnover. And the Wolves got a shot here to push in the opposite direction. Here comes Ogilvy, right past Javon Roll, inside to Hairston. Hairston gets it to go, and it's a 4-point game with 36 seconds. Here's Russell Kingston trying to put it across the midcourt line. He can't. It's turnover to Malcolm Knight. Knight to Cuxix. Cuxix back to Knight. The soft floater over Kuminga, and it's a 2-point game with 26 seconds to go. They force the ball again to Russell Kingston. Needs to get both of these to make it a 2-possession game. 25 seconds. Big free throws await here. A tense Chase Center with the Golden State Warriors on top by 2. The first free throw coming here from Kingston. Long pause. Can't get it to go, and it's going to be nothing better than a 1-possession game. It's 3-point lead. Inbound. Abiz Ogilvy driving past and driving in on Kingston and on Dickerson. And Abiz Ogilvy, the likely MVP. No bigger moment than right there. And it's a 1-point game. Again, they're going to foul Dickerson. He just split the last 2 free throws. So with 20 seconds left, all the pressure goes back on Dickerson. Can he get both of these and keep it at a 1-possession 3-point game? He gets the first. That's the hard one. Second one gets them both to go. Inbound to Ogilvy. Under 20 seconds in a 3-point lead for the Warriors. Right past Kingston. The foul gets it to go. And Abiz Ogilvy has going to the line with a chance to tie up Game 3 of this first round series. Great defense before by Kingston. Not so much this time. And Abiz Ogilvy, no bigger opportunity in Game 3 than this one. 15 seconds on the clock. The young 24-year-old big man who has had such an incredible season, an incredible series. No bigger moment than this one right here. Ogilvy staring down the free throw opportunity to tie it at 118 apiece. Doesn't get it to go. The rebound by Kuminga, and the Warriors back into this free throw matchup. Kuminga, though, leaving the door open, misses the first. And the Warriors' inability to hit free throws down the stretch. It's a 2-point game, and the Minnesota Timberwolves have a chance here to not only potentially tie, but to take the lead on the road. Cuxix was left open. Does not take advantage. Here comes Ogilvy. 3 seconds. Kick out. Hairston for the win. Won't get it to go. And the Golden State Warriors are going to hang on to a 119-117 win in Game 3. A huge moment missed by the Minnesota Timberwolves. Abiz Ogilvy, who finishes the night 31-9-6. Darian Hairston 24-12-8. Great nights from the Wolves' top 2 guys, but down the stretch, the missed free throw from Ogilvy, the missed 3-pointer from Darian Hairston, and the Warriors are going to survive the missed free throws by Jonathan Kuminga, who led the Warriors with 30 points, and Caden Dickerson, who had 12. Golden State, you are up 119-117. You've got a chance in Game 4 to go up 3-1. This is a group that has lost just, I think, 6 series since 2025. When they have gone up 2-1, they're 4-2. However, those 2 losses are the last 2 series. So a huge moment here for the Warriors as we gear up for Game 4.
The Western Conference NBA Playoffs, Round 1 continues. The Warriors have set the tone of the series up 2-1. Can they maintain their composure and take a commanding 3-1 lead? Now, the test awaits as they face off against the Minnesota Timberwolves. Round 1 of the NBA playoffs continues.
Monumental Game 4 here in San Francisco. Golden State on top, 2-1. We just got done watching Game 3. The missed free throw is not a problem. The missed free throw, however, for Ojale, big problem as opening tip goes to the Golden State Warriors. This is, you're not going to, of course, the 3-1 jokes for Golden State dating all the way back now nearly 2 decades to that 2016 NBA Finals as a block to start off this game on the Golden State end. Not a great showing and a quick 4-0 lead for the Minnesota Timberwolves. But this is a team that's been really, really good when they've had series leads. I mean, this was it used to be when Golden State was up 2-1. That was as recently as just a couple seasons ago. That was just about a lock. And that is no longer the case as Deontay Dixon drives in. That's the first bucket for Golden State. Comes about 3 minutes into this basketball game, or about 2 minutes in, I should say, and easily finding Jonathan Kuminga, so we're back up to a tie game at 4. Golden State, you're feeling like this is it, and this is a huge opportunity for Golden State. You win this, and you will make your 10th consecutive Western Conference semifinals. That would tie Los Angeles Lakers for the most consecutive conference semifinals appearances. That team from 82 to 91 for the Lakers post-merger, and of course they're still chasing down the Boston Celtics, who made 13 consecutive divisional semifinals at that point in time as part of their historic run, and a good early lead here for Minnesota as they try to avoid that. But that's the historic moment here as Ojale, beautiful, up and in, draws the timeout. We got an 8-point lead. Minnesota, they've started off really, really well in every single game this series. Of course, and you'll remember back to Game 2. That was a series in which the Minnesota Timberwolves led very big in that first half. They had a lead in the second quarter at least by 12. Golden State rallied back. They win that one by 5. Then Golden State has a much better Game 3. They led early on by 11. Minnesota stormed back, and the Warriors were able to close that thing out as we get a triple there. So Minnesota has had big leads in this series entering Game 4. They've led by double figures multiple times. What they've been unable to do right now is what you kind of would predict from a team that hasn't been here aside from Jacob Kuksix, as Jonathan Kuminga gets blocked there by Hairston. Offensive board, though, gets it to go. We're back to 2. Is that Minnesota they've played young. They haven't been able to finish. Gabriel Ruffin pushes this back up to 6, doubles the lead here in the second quarter. Let's fast forward to just past the midway point, and the Warriors have actually flipped it. What did we miss? Well, Jonathan Kuminga got red hot, hit 3 straight triples. Jacob Kuksik says, let's slow this thing down, and it's a 45-41 win. So Minnesota, they can start hot. Can they finish hot as Jonathan Kuminga's having his way with a great second quarter here, going right past Ojale. Ojale not wanting to foul out, not wanting to draw the fouls at least early on here. And Golden State now up by 6. So Minnesota, big bucket here needed by Ojale as they get back to within 4. The Warriors have been here. They know what it takes to win. This Minnesota team still figuring it out. Great find there. Marcus Workman finding Ojale for the alley-oop, and we got ourselves a tie basketball game here in the third quarter. Javon Roll driving in, little floater up over Kuksix, and the Warriors take the lead right back 49-47. Inside we go to Ojale. And Lynn Gardner has been a massive mismatch right now for the Golden State Warriors in the paint when he's had to defend Ojale. We talked about that a lot in Game 2 as Javon Roll buries a triple to put the Warriors back on top. Kingston has been, let's call it, a deterrent or at least a problem solver. As here we go, down goes Ojale. Lynn Gardner on the block, Ojale holding his face. The Warriors have the advantage. They missed the 3 from Dickerson. And how big of a deal is that going to be? Ojale back up on his feet. Just got poked in the eye, it would appear. Here he comes driving in. Gets the bucket to go on Kuminga. So the scare there, certainly one of them as we push to the second half. Not a big deal as Darian Hairston is going to get a chance to tie it up, and with the free throw he does at 54 apiece. So we're back even here to start the second half, and Javon Roll gets wide open for the layup, and the Warriors right back on top by 2. Ojale's been fantastic. Darian Hairston, really poor game 1 and 2 as Kingston, good defense there. He's been really great. He had a 20-point double-double in Game 3. He's on his way to that here in Game 4 as Jonathan Kuminga pushes the lead back up to 6. We're seeing the Warrior Stars are showing out here in Game 4. They need to be big. They are playing big right now. Here comes Malcolm Knight, guarded by Javon Roll. Good bucket inside. Javon Roll's really been targeted a lot in this series. He's not a great defender. He's a perfectly fine defender, I think we can call it, as Russell Kingston draws the foul and gets the 2 to go, does not finish it off. But the Wolves have really targeted him quite a bit. But I think for that, I mean, you want to talk the story of this series. Obviously, it's Ojale playing like an MVP. Darian Hairston, really slow 1 and 2, game 1 and 2. He's been a lot better. Here's Dickerson, the triple, buries it, and we've got ourselves a 7-point Warriors lead. So Minnesota has to feel good about their young stars, and beautiful find from the one veteran, Jacob Kuksix, to find Ojale for the alley-oop, and we're back to 3. Here comes Jonathan Kuminga, tough defense inside, better offense from the 32-year-old vet himself. Here's Javon Roll. He gets the screen, dumps it inside, and there's just not much defense that Malcolm Knight can do against Deontay Dixon. The Warriors mismatch in size, and Ojale gets wide open, and where else? Lynn Garner going for the steal. Really tough series, as we said a moment ago, for Lynn Garner in this one. He's dealing with a back strain as Dele Bagley gets open for 2 on Devin Humphreys. Dealing with that back strain is Lynn Garner. He has just really struggled to find his way. Branko Todorovic trying to guard Darian Hairston. Hairston, beautiful. In and out and up. And the Wolves staying close here. No Javon Roll on the floor. Here's Todorovic. Won't go. Dele Bagley, though, left wide open on the baseline. And big 6 points off the bench here from Dele Bagley. Inside goes Ojale. Blocked. Turned aside by Deontay Dixon as we head to the 4th. The Warriors on top by 10. Trying to keep the Wolves at arm length and pull this thing to a 3-1 lead. Not so fast. Jacob Kuksix right back down to 7. Here's Javon Roll back in. He's got a tough defensive assignment over the top. Gets the free throw, and we're back to 10 just like that. And the Warriors are just relentless with this one. Wide open, Jalen House. We've got ourselves a 12-point lead, largest lead for the Warriors so far in this game. We're just over 10 minutes to go. The Wolves, the clock is ticking. Gabriel Ruffin up and in, draws the foul on Kingston. Free throw gets us back to 9. Here comes Workman. He's inside. Who else but Lynn Garner, and another bucket on the Warriors' 6th man. Garner really struggling in this series. Here's Kuksix right past Roll. Javon Roll's defense has been a question mark. Kuksix targeting him there, and we got ourselves a 5-point game with 7.5. Here comes Kuminga, bullying his way inside on Gabriel Ruffin, and the 32-year-old still getting rolling in this one. Jacob Kuksix pull-up triple, gets it, and the Wolves continue to knock. 4-point game. Here's Javon Roll, step back, triple, corner, buries it. And the lead goes right back here to 5. We've got under 6 minutes to go. Past the midway point. Deontay Dixon burying the barrage of threes here for the Golden State Warriors in the lead. Just like that. Balloons back up to 11. Here's Ojale up and over the top of Kingston as Minnesota trying desperately to make their way back. Ojale, a beautiful spin move and in. And the Warriors, after some free throws, back up by 6, but Ojale, relentless he goes, draws the foul, and it's a 4-point basketball game. Under 2 to go. The Wolves have not relinquished the fight. Javon Roll wants a triple, halfway down and out, and Minnesota's got a chance. They don't get it. After the inbound, here comes Dixon, driving on the Ojale, and a little bit of chippiness afterwards. Let's get a replay of this one right on the presumptive MVP. Ojale takes exception to that with the shove of Deontay Dixon, and here in Game 4, we've got ourselves some chippiness. Another look at that dunk, and it's 105-99. Next possession, Dixon, step back, triple, buries it, and the Golden State Warriors go up by 9. 50 seconds left. That has to feel like the nail in the coffin night to keep it alive He won't get it to go. And now with under 30 seconds, Deontay Dixon, the pivotal fourth quarter close from Dixon as the Wolves got close. It's not going to be enough here. Cuxix the triple, purely cosmetic as it gets us to 6 with 13 seconds left. They'll inbound a roll, the sure-handed roll, not Dickerson, who split those free throws in Game 3. It's going to be Javon Roll burying a couple. 110-102. 10 seconds left. There's really not much else that the Wolves can do here. Hairston, the turnaround jumper won't go. The Warriors fans feel it. There it is, 110-102. Game 4 final look on our player of the game, Javon Roll. As the Golden State Warriors move to 3-1, they're going to go to Minnesota with a chance to put away the Timberwolves and advance to their 10th consecutive Western Conference semifinals. Golden State gets it done, a massive 110-102 win in Game 4. They go up 3-1, the commanding series lead for Golden State against the NBA MVP in Nabi Ojale. Huge win for the Warriors. Let's break this thing down. Let's takeaways. What are the big takeaways? Let's start with Golden State, man. And again, as always, this team is so reliant on their 3 stars. Jonathan Kuminga has an incredible Game 4, 30 points in the win. Javon Roll, 29 and 10. Deontay Dixon, 26, 6, and 5. That's what you need if you're Golden State, as you've now won 3 straight games in this series after the 105-100 win. I mean, the last 3 games have been extremely competitive, and you've gotten great games out of Kuminga. Javon Roll kind of limped his way through game 3, but they got the win, and then a big game from Deontay Dixon. But the challenge for this team, the takeaway is you're surviving. Now, against Minnesota, you can survive this type of performance, right? With 3 stars, you could survive against the Minnesota Timberwolves. Where my question has not yet been answered for this Golden State team is, can you survive against any of the rest of the Western Conference? Because you're going to play, if you get out of this, you're up 3-1, you're probably getting out of it. You're going to play one of Phoenix or Seattle, which I might argue are more challenging matchups right now for the Minnesota Timberwolves, because you had a really nice game, and we'll talk Minnesota and your takeaways, because if you're Minnesota, I don't know that you can wish for more in an 8-point loss, but you can't ask for really that much more. Abiz Ojale was great, 29, 10, and 4. Jacob Cuxix was really freaking good, 22 points on an efficient 7 of 10. Darian Hairston was good. Your 3 stars played really well, right? And you still don't get it done because Malcolm Knight doesn't play well, and he takes those 13 shots, goes 4-13. But let's stay with the Warriors. You can survive Minnesota, and I'm not trying to derail the train too much, because when these 3 guys are clicking, this team is I don't think there's a debate. I think it's the best team in basketball. It's the best team in basketball when Deontay Dixon, Jonathan Kuminga, and Javon Roll, 3 guys who a season ago were all NBA, who are all all-star caliber guys. When those 3 guys are clicking, there is not a better 1 through 3 combination in the NBA. The problem is, look at what else you're getting. I mean, Jalen House, another really struggled game. You look at his 4 games, 1 of 6, 1 of 7, 0 of 2, 3 of 7. He hasn't been good. Caden Dickerson, I will give, we're going to talk Russell Kingston in a second, but Caden Dickerson also really not that great outside of a decent game 1. And then don't forget game 3, he almost blows it at the free throw line late in this thing. He misses the free throw. He does end up with 9 in that game, but he nearly gets it done, or doesn't get it done. Russell Kingston has been the biggest mover for this team. Okay, 8 rebounds in this one. He's had at least 5 in all 4 games. They have needed a guy on this team to go toe-to-toe with Abiz Ojale. Russell Kingston has done that. Russell Kingston has been the guy that has defended Abiz Ojale. Now, Abiz Ojale in Game 4 got 29. You're not going to stop the MVP. I think that there's an understanding of that. But you need Russell Kingston to play good basketball, and in Game 4, he did that. But what else are you going to get? And I don't know that this Warriors team, against a Minnesota team that's never been to the playoffs at this expectation level, you have Abiz Ojale playing at another level, You get a really good series out of Jacob Kuksix and Darian Hairston. But I don't know that you walked into this postseason thinking the Minnesota Timberwolves are going to win an NBA championship. You walk in saying the Golden State Warriors better. And as you try to project this team out and the other matchups that they're going to have to face, it's going to be Phoenix or it's going to be Seattle, whoever wins that series, and then one of the other teams, LA, Sacramento, squaring in the 4-5 or in the 3-6 rather, and then San Antonio and OKC. Like, those are better teams than Minnesota. They got better ballers. They got better rosters. They're deeper than the Wolves. It's why people weren't really looking at Minnesota saying this is a team that can win it all. I just don't know that this group, with the production that they got from 4 through the rest of this lineup, and they're not playing dudes a ton of minutes. Like, I won't be surprised if we see Dele Bagley's minutes go up. They're just not getting production from anybody else, and I think that's a big concern if you're Golden State. Look, on the Minnesota side, you can't ask for much more. Like I said, yeah, you'd like Malcolm Knight to play a little bit better, but this is a flawed team. They've got some holes in this roster. Shamar Poole played really poorly. This series is really going to shift on what does Shamar Poole and Malcolm Knight do. Shamar Poole has not been great, especially in the 3 losses. When he plays awesome like he did in Game 1, they win this game. When he doesn't play great, which he did not in Games 2 through 4, they do not win. You would like to get a little bit more out of Malcolm Knight. When he plays well, this team is a little bit more competitive. He didn't really actually have a great Game 1. But that's what this roster is made up of, is a reliance on your stars. You need to get a little bit else, and I just don't think that the star power, if you're going star battle, if you're battling with the stars against the Golden State Warriors and everybody's healthy, Minnesota's not winning that battle, and very few teams are. So Golden State sits now right on the cusp of advancing to the conference semifinals. There's your look around the league. Golden State up 3-1. Sacramento up 3-1 as the Lakers get a Game 4 win to stay alive. Chicago and Brooklyn both advance. Golden State and Sacramento are on a crash course to advancing if things go the way they expect them to. That means we've got 4 series sitting at 2 games apiece as Seattle rallies back and wins a very entertaining Game 4 in that one. They needed to get a big win on the road. They get it 123-121 despite a big night from Jacoby Cleaves. They pull that one off. And then on the other side, you're looking at Oklahoma City, San Antonio are locked up at 2 games apiece. Charlotte and Milwaukee win 2 games apiece on the road to even up those series as we head back to the home arenas for Game 5.